We've
the
looked into
sweet
this
spot.
channel before. They used to post cheap fakes about Canadian politics, but it's almost all American now. The Canadian ones they still post aren't as popular. We also noticed a change in where this person is posting. Most of the content is uploaded to.
You notice they didn't define what a cheap fake is?
Yeah, I did notice. And to be completely honest, I don't know what the difference is between a cheap fake and a deep fake. Is that just where they use an AI voice over, like, what is it? What's the difference? Do you know what the difference is?
I don't know. I think we went over this in last week's live stream. Let me just Google it real quick. Because yeah, it's just versus deep fake.
Do a Rage Farm video with CBC lawyers, says Diane Sylvain. It's a good idea. If you get some super chats going, then they could complain about that.
He's making money. I got to look into this because I'm moving to the United States, and Donald Trump just made the announcement that they're no longer collecting taxes on tips. So I want to find out, because super chats are tips technically. Can we write off our super chats on tips as Americans?
Spectrum of Reality is as envious as CBC. That's for sure. Jealous, definitely.
So I have this here. Cheap fakes versus deep fakes. Videos made by, may be manipulated by hand or with the help of AI. False videos can be created using sophisticated technology and artificial intelligence, but most of the video-based information you see online was easily created using simple video editing software, or even with no software at all, if the video was presented out of context. Watch MediaWise campus correspondent. Yeah. So basically, if you're not using AI, you're just using video software techniques or cutting clips out of context, it's a cheap fake. So every time the CBC does a clip out of context, it's a cheap fake.
They're doing cheap fakes.
So everybody who said that Donald Trump perpetuated the very fine people hoax.
People and
the very fine people thing. So is that cheap faking?
I guess so. I guess it is. I can't wait for their video on that.
Oh, I can't wait for that. You know how long it took for Snopes to even write an article about the thing?
Till long after it had any relevance. They always do their corrections way once the story's already dead. I'm reading Michael Schellenberger's Apocalypse Never. He talks about that, how corrections, they talk about all these apocalyptic climate predictions, and then the media runs with these stories, and then they issue corrections 3-6 months down the road when nobody cares. Nobody's ever going to see the correction, so they can claim they're honest, but they've still misled the public.
Oh, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there tonight with this story. Believe me, we're going there. But right. Here's Snopes. No, Trump did not call neo-Nazis and white supremacists very fine people. However, the accuracy of what Trump did claim, blah, 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 2017. So 2017, it happened. When was this published? June 21st, 2024.
So it only took him 7 years. Not bad.
They're the fact checkers, man. They're the fact checkers. This was like the most perpetuated hoax ever. The very fine people hoax.
And it was
unbelievable.
I watched that press conference. I believe it was a press conference. I watched it, and I could not believe the hoopla that came out of that, because at that time I was still paying attention to, like, the only way to understand Trump, probably still, is to actually just listen to him talk, because nobody's giving you what he says unfiltered. You could argue that he's not even giving it to you unfiltered. You have to really learn how to listen to him. But like, so many times these big stories, these outrage cycles would spawn, and I'm like, I was there. There was nothing there. And the whole world's going crazy because of something that isn't there. And it happens over and over and over again.
I'm trying to figure this one out. Here, Clyde, you dropped your hand money Q-brain laughing emoji. I don't know what that means. Do you know? Can you do charades?
Money. No, dude. Bill Q. $Q. What? I have no idea.
Working on that one.
They're either being clever or they're calling you stupid. I can't figure out which one.
Oh, maybe I'm stupid. Maybe that's what it is.
Could
Then.
You never know. You do have your dedicated haters. I know that.
Oh, I do. Don't you? Doesn't everybody?
We all do. I
Yes.
live rent free in so many heads.
That's awesome. Mass formation. You got Northern Gal saying they go crazy because of TDS. Yes. TDS is something else. TDS is really something else. All right. So we've defined deep fakes or that. So cheap fakes are just, I don't know, anything that's CBC. I mean, sorry, anything that's taken out of context and reported to you without the full context. That's how that works. Or just using editing skills. Didn't CBC recently do that when they edited Pierre Poilievre and something they said, and they took audio from another clip and then they laced it over? They had to do like a big apology.
But it's different when they do it. It's morally righteous. Okay, it's morally righteous.
It was funny when they did their apology too, because they went, "Oh, we weren't aware, but one of our video editors accidentally did that." And it's like, wow, I do video editing. You don't accidentally lace over the audio from another clip and put it into the.
And come on, you are trying to cover up the culture at CBC by blaming one isolated dude. Like, the culture spawns that. That's CBC. Try getting Clyde, do something. Should go get a job at CBC. See how long you last. Like, I mean, see if you can even give your resume in.
You know what? They won't hire me because I'm a white man.
Sinful. Maybe I should try.
It's written in the applications. It says like we're looking for this, and white man is not covered, but everything that's not white man is covered.
It's pretty sick, and that's everywhere. It's not just CBC. Like, that's even some of the mining companies out here in the West. They're diversity hiring, and it sucks.
Let's get back to this.
The creator told us they didn't know the Reagan video was AI, and say they're definitely not a content farm because, quote, every video involves original scripting, research, editing, and visual sequencing. And they believe YouTube's takedown is wrong and, quote, harmful to creators who act in good faith to broaden political discourse.
It is harmful to creators who engage in good faith to broaden. And why would you leave out all that other stuff? I don't understand when they do that. But what, to broaden political discourse? We should broaden political discourse. Oh, damn. Oh, snap!
It's a cheap fake.
Snap! Oh, in your face, CBC. That, by definition of a cheap fake, is a cheap fake. You've taken it out of context to what was the original context, CBC. You've zoomed in so we can't even see the rest of the words. That's a cheap fake.
That is true. Yeah, they did. We can't even read it if we wanted to.
Yes.
In its entirety. Mm-hmm.
That follows the definition of a cheap fake.
Nice going, CBC.
Boom, wow. Frank, you nailed that. Yeah. You nailed that. Holy cow.
They set it up, man.
Wow.
Look at that. It's right
deceptive. Very deceptive practices right there. This was a clip from the Friday night live stream. It's a community event that we do every Friday at 9:30 Eastern time. That's 6:30 Pacific. If you want to watch the whole video, the link will be down in the description down below. If you want to catch it live, make sure you hit that notification bell with the subscription to the channel. It'll remind you when we go live at the time. We'll see you then. Keep on trucking.